Hi again guys, so today we've got another vintage eBay Holo purchase unboxing. I've literally only just undone all of the bundles that they were in, so they all came like this, double side, hollowed, and again double side hollowed on these ones as well, just in a jiffy bag. I literally haven't taken these out. I have just glanced over them just to make sure that there's no obvious sort of problems with them. So we're just going to jump right in and start with these. So I'm going to take these two out. Okay, so to start with, we have an Armaldo from, I think, what says that? Let me have a look at the cheat sheet. Let's see here. We've got Armaldo. So that is EX Power Keepers. So let's have a look at this. Just flare that there. It's quite a dark holo. Can't see any obvious swirls in there, but very clean. Just one or two spots on the top left and top right, but that's a pretty mint card. So very happy with that. Again, these are all going in my childhood sort of collection sets that I wanted to finish off. So here we have a Victory Bell, nice holographic, that one, quite a bright one. Can't see any swirls in this one either, but the amount of, oh no, actually yes I can. So just above this leaf here, just there, you can see where a swirl's been covered up unfortunately by the leaf, but that is a swirl in there. Bit of worse whitening on the top right on that one. The rest of the corner's actually looking pretty clean, so it's a shame about that top right corner, but definitely something I can live with, considering that, again, as I said in my previous video, finding holos like this in this condition is quite hard, particularly when people's opinions on eBay are quite subjective. So we'll start with this slacking. Again from, I think it's EX Power Keepers, same as Armaldo there. Yep, so same as Armaldo, so that is EX Power Keepers. And the Victory Bell, sorry I didn't mention it, is from EX Legend Maker. So here is the slacking. Again, quite another dark holo. Can't see any swirls in there. Could be. It's looking very clean though. The front looks nice. Let's have a look at the back. So we've got, it looks okay. Looks okay. Again, the normal sort of one or two dots in the corners, but actually really pleased with that card. So another nice one to add into the set. These came from the same seller as the previous lot. I'm not sure if I've said that already, but they've come from the previous seller that I showed on here with the EX, mainly EX Deoxys cards, and I think the odd Unseen Forces cards. And so I thought I will have a look at what else he's selling and see if I need any of them. This being one of them. So some flora from this is Unseen Forces. Really heavily holographic actually. That's almost like a double holo almost. That's really nice. And we've got a nice swirl just here, just by the again by the leaf there. But that's a beautiful holographic. So really happy with that one. And the back looks pretty clean. I mean, I'd almost say that was a mint card, to be honest with you. We'll go through values at the end. Nothing too crazy in there, just sort of what you'd expect really, but I will go through them and let you guys know. So the next card we've got here is Kabutops. This is from EX Power Keepers again. Let's have a look at the holo again, and really another dark holo, another very dark sort of holo there. You can shine that back into the camera so we get a good full view of the holo there. But again, this is quite glittery as well. So there's a lot of foil in there. I can't see a swirl. Could be wrong about that, but I can't see one. So let's have a look at the back. Again, I would almost call this a mint card, really. I mean, there is the teeniest of tiny white dots on there. So, again, as I've said this many times already, trying to find cards like that is very hard. So, very happy with that. Next card up we have is Delcatty. Again from EX Power Keepers. I'm not sure if I saw a little bit of silver in there. Don't think I did. But that has a very nice swell just there. Very visible. Lots of holofoil in there. Another really good condition card. And I think there's a little bit more wear on this one. So there's a little white dot down there. And the start of, I'm not sure whether that's wear or not up there, but we'll say that it's not. But that's another nice card to put in the collection. Very pleased with that. I'm trying, actually, how old are these now? 2007, so that's 12 years old. Maths is better this video than in the last ones. And then the next ones we've got, I think we've got 2 holos here, so we'll start with Blossom. This is from Unseen Forces. Number 3 out of 115. Haven't been saying the card numbers, which is bad. But actually, over the top, so I don't know whether that's supposed to happen, but over the top of these other 2 Blossoms, the holographic is actually over the top of those rather than sort of with the image on the top. I don't know whether that's deliberate. I assume it is deliberate, but that's a really nice piece of artwork actually. Really, really nice. And the back is almost mint. There's just a little teeny tiny amount of stuff to sort of look at up there, but nothing too major. So another nice holo to put into a set. Very pleased with that one. And this one is probably the strangest looking of them all. I've never seen this card before, but this is Deoxys. Holographic Deoxys from EX Emerald. I think that's the only EX Emerald card from this particular purchase. I'm not sure, could be wrong. This is number 2 out of 106. This is 2005. So this is 14 years old. We've got a nice swirl at the bottom of the card just there. And this is looking very clean on the front again. And the back is looking pretty clean, although there does appear to be a little bit of sort of almost, not denting, but sort of raised parts of the card there, and a little bit of whiting on the top right, top left. But I don't think that's too bad. I'm not going to worry about that too much. These are only going to, as I said in another video, these are only just going to be going into my folders. So really, I mean, condition-wise, near mint is just about as good as it needs to be. I will obviously take better, which some of these do appear to be. So here we've got Aggron. This is from EX Legend Maker, I think. This is 2006. So this is a 13-year-old card now. Nice holofoil. Number 2 out of 92. It's quite a low set number. But again, this is a particularly nice holo. Another swirl there. Never seen quite so many cards with swirls in. All in one video at least. Anyway, so we've been quite lucky there. None of these cards, when they were actually photographed on eBay, showed any swirls whatsoever. So really pleased to actually get some with swirls, because it just visually makes the cards look that little bit nicer. Not necessary, but it just makes them look that little bit nicer. And obviously, I think PSA look quite highly on cards that have swirls in, particularly for grading. Sorry for about the focus of the camera if it keeps going in and out. I don't think it's auto-focusing for some reason, so I'm having to manually sort of make it focus. So let's try again. Not. There we go. Okay, so here we have Ariados. This is from Unseen Forces, EX Unseen Forces, like some of the other cards we've had previously. This is quite a nice holo. I really like the artwork on this one. There is a swirl just up here, if you can see it, just by my thumb there. Try and flare it. Yeah, there we go. And another nice condition card. Centering's all good on these. Something I haven't been mentioning is centering. Probably should do. But this one's quite nicely centered. The backs look pretty clean. Bottom left and bottom right again with the normal sort of one tiny little white dot. I'd assume that most of these would probably get 8 or 9s if they were sent into PSA. I doubt any of them would get 10s. I think there was one card that I showed that actually the borders looked pretty clean. The back looked clean. But we have got, I think, 2, 4, 6. We've got quite a few more cards to go. I'm just going to try and make the length of this video a little bit shorter than the other ones, as 20 minutes is quite a long time for even me to sort of be sitting here doing this. So the next card here is Ursaring. This is from Unseen Forces again. Nice holo, quite a small amount of holo actually on the card. The Pokemon image taking up quite a lot of that there. But I think that's the moon in the background. That looks quite nice, but the chances of getting a swell in this are much less just because of the size of the actual Pokemon in the card. But the condition of this, very nice. Almost mint. I mean, just so close to being mint that it may as well be. So that would, in my eyes, probably get a PSA 9. Maybe an 8 if they're feeling really sort of scrutinising for whatever reason. So that's another one. Then we've got EX Legend Maker here. So this is an Aerodactyl from EX Legend Maker. Number 1 out of 92. So the very first card in EX Legend Maker. A really nice Aerodactyl with, don't know what that is underneath him. I'm assuming that's sand from where he's sort of flapping his wings and going up in the air. No swirl on that one, I don't think. Can't see one. So I'm going to say unfortunately not, but let's have a look at the back. Back looks nice. Back looks, that's pretty mint. That's mint. So I would say easily a PSA 9. Depending on how scrutinising they felt, that could almost get a 10. Almost, maybe. Probably not, but I think it's certainly a 9. And if you catch it just like that, that looks amazing like that. But yeah, PSA 9 for sure, I would have thought. That was one I had a little bit of competition trying to get hold of, actually. But we managed to get it in the end. Equally, this next one coming up, once I've actually got it out of the top loader. So this next one, so this is quite a nice one. This is a Slowbro. A nice holographic Slowbro from Unseen Forces yet again. No swirls, I don't think. Quite cool artwork though. Quite cool artwork. Let's take it out. Let's have a look. So let's just sort of flare that down there. I think we've. It's a very clean holo. All of these have been so far. Thus far, touch wood, I haven't seen any with any sort of scratching on the actual holo. So whoever's had these, very nice, very well kept. I don't know if they've been kept in top loaders their entire life or whether they've been kept in folders, but however they were kept, it was done very, very well. So that's definitely a win for that one. And then the other one that this card was paired with is a Bonnet. I'm not entirely sure what set that actually is, but this is another dark holo. Quite difficult to actually sort of see any real detail in the back there, but I think that is EX Crystal Guardians, which would make sense seeing as he's standing in front of some crystals there. But that is the set icon. Do tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I'm fairly sure that's EX Crystal Guardians down there. And this is number 1 again out of 100. Quite a dark card. Usually dark cards tend to get quite easily good PSA grades just because you can't really see that much detail. If you flare that there, that looks quite nice. At the back, it's a near mint card probably. I don't really know quite how much leniency they give for sort of white dots and stuff on the backs of cards for it to be considered mint. I have seen quite a few cards with sort of near mint given to them with hardly any whitening, and I've seen mint cards being given with quite a lot of whitening on them. So I think it does depend via which set you're sort of wanting to grade. I think they do take into account sort of set ailments, if you like. So if the set is prone to bowing or silvering, then they will sort of deal with that and sort of use that in their assessment of your card. But here's another nice one. So this is another sort of dark-ish type Pokemon, as well as a sort of background. This is from EX Legend Maker. So this is Gengar, number 5 out of 92. A 2006 card, so 13 years old. But I mean, that holo, if you can see there just when I flare, that is a clean holo. I can't see a swirl. Doesn't matter though. Really nice. Going to slot perfectly in with my other cards there. A little bit, couple more dots than the other ones, but I mean, it's still a near mint card. It's still a really good condition card, so very pleased to have purchased that one. This one is slightly odd. So this card is Unseen Forces. It's a Jolteon, which means obviously it's a fan favourite as an evolution. But this card I actually missed out on. Someone else outbid me and I lost signal when I was bidding, so I had to sort of message the guy and say to him, do you have another one? Actually, it turns out that I didn't ask him specifically for this one. There was an Octillery that had no bids on it, I think from Unseen Forces as well, and I said, can you sell me that one for £3? And I think he got confused and he thought I meant the Jolteon. So this Jolteon I still needed, which was the other one I missed out on, but he sent me this one, which actually sold for more than the Octillery that I wanted, but I offered him the same amount of money as this started out for, and he gave it to me. So I mean, it was only like what £1 something less than it actually sold for, and because of the volume of cards I assume I bought, he just thought, yeah, sure, that's fine. But looking at this card, this one's really nice as well. Really cool artwork for Jolteon. A little slightly off centre there, a little bit to the right, but that's okay. And it's a near mint card, so PSA 8, PSA 9. Really nice sort of card there. A fan favourite for sure, and I'm very glad to have it in my collection. Because a lot of people nowadays are privy to the fact that people like Eevee. So and the evolution, so you tend to get people that want to make you spend a little bit more money on getting those, but that's okay, we got that for relatively cheap. So this is Porygon 2, lots of holofoil in this one, almost doubled up on the holo on this one, but no swirl though, no swirl. This is Unseen Forces again, and again another near mint card, so very pleased with that one, as I have been very pleased with every single card so far. I think the only one I was slightly disappointed in, and I say slightly because it's still absolutely fine, was the one just at the beginning. I'm not sure what card it was, but it had a little bit more whitening than the rest than I've seen so far, but it's still good. Houndoom from Unseen Forces again, so a lot from Unseen Forces here. I do forget which ones I purchase until they come. But this has got a nice swirl just behind Houndoom's tail. Number, I think this is 7 out of 115, 2005 card, so 14 years old, and a near mint sort of back. Just a couple of white dots just down sort of here and down there, but nothing too major to worry about. So this is the benefit of having a seller that you trust and know that you're going to get these good quality cards from, because if he ever sells cards again and he says that they're unplayed and the condition is as he has sort of used for every other one so far, I'm going to obviously bid with confidence and know that the cards that I'm going to get are of the quality that I would like to get. So second to last card now, so this is Sableye from EX Crystal Guardians, again with crystals in the background. I don't know if that's a recurring theme, but it's a new concept to me if that's true. Very clean, nice bright holo. Lovely centering on there, very crisp to the touch as well. This is probably mint. I think this would actually get a 10. I can't actually see anything even remotely wrong with that. That's probably the best card that they've sent. That, quite honestly, is a 10 all the way there. Centering is good. The back centering is good as well. The colour is nice. There's no white dots on the back. The front is clean, there's no scratches. I think that would get a 10. So, absolutely pleased with that. So, if we're going by technicality, that would be classed as a gem mint Pokemon card. So, very happy about that. Of course, it is subjective, and there may be something that I've missed out in that card that I've shown you. That someone may think, actually, no, I don't think that is a gem mint 10. But I think it is, but I'm happy with it either way. It's not getting graded, so that's absolutely fine with me. The next card is from Holo Phantoms, the only card to feature from Holo Phantoms this video. Credilli, number 2 out of 110. Nice card. Not a massive fan of this type of holo. Parallel holos instead of reverse holos. So parallel means that all of the cards hologram is the same, except that I think the writing is gold. and I think some of this up here is gold, and then obviously the set name is in the bottom right hand corner. But without it, this is the normal holo, which I do prefer. But in terms of actual holos, I do prefer the ones with stars and the galaxy is in. But I'm not gonna hate on it too much. I do like the set. It is an old set. It is 13 years old. That is 2 out of 110, as I've said. Very clean, very nice. One or two white dots, so near mint. And that concludes all of the Pokemon cards for this particular video. I will just go through quickly with you, just with a cheat sheet on how much I paid for all of these cards. So I'm going to probably take a little bit of time to go through them. But we'll go through them like we did in the end of the first video that I've done. And we'll just see. So Credilli. So this was from Holo Phantoms. So this cost £3, which I think is a very good price for a card like that. Jolteon, I know this was £3. It did sell initially for £4.20, but again, I do think that is quite cheap for that card. Gengar, just having a look next to me. Gengar was £2.70. So, I mean, I don't think any of these cards actually go above anything above £5.50. So, actually, the most expensive card I bought was this particular one here. I think it's just because someone else really wanted it. I don't think it was because it's rarer than any of the other ones. But it's certainly a card that I'm happy to have now. And obviously in the condition it's in, very happy as well. I don't think I'm actually going to bother going through all the prices of these, to be honest. They range in between £2 and £4. So you can kind of get an idea of how much these all are. But we will go through them again, just not the prices, but £2 to £4 if you just keep in mind for all the rest of these. The idea of me doing this video was shorter, was a little bit of a failure, but there we go. So Ariados from Unseen Forces, a Deoxys from EX Emerald, a Delcatty from, oh god, what was this? EX Power Keepers is this? Or is it Holo Phantoms? No. Not Unseen Forces, not Legend Maker. I think it is Power Keepers. So Power Keepers for Delcatty. Kabutops, EX Power Keepers. Sableye. This is Crystal Guardians. Porygon 2, Unseen Forces. Houndoom, Unseen Forces. Banette, Crystal Guardians. Ursaring, Unseen Forces. Blossom, Unseen Forces. Aerodactyl, EX Legend Maker. Aggron, EX Legend Maker. Armaldo, Unseen Forces. Slacking, Unseen Forces. Sunflora, EX... No, wait, have I been saying the complete wrong ones the entire time? This is Unseen Forces. Sorry, this particular one is Unseen Forces. These ones here are EX Power Keepers. All the ones I said with this symbol that I said were Unseen Forces, they're EX Power Keepers. Sorry about that. And the last one, Victory Bell, is EX Legend Maker. So thanks very much, guys, for watching. I hope you liked the video. I'm hoping to try and do a few more videos like this one and perhaps some unboxings. But I'll see what I feel like doing. But thanks, guys. See you in the next one.